Welcome back, 5 Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. Welcome back to RAGL Season 10, the Bronze Match, Best of 5. Let's go, no hands. This is a series that I have started my foray into last week, but I certainly haven't forgotten everything that happened. We're sitting pretty and comfy at a 1-1 draw at the time being. Between the two players in question are in the south spawning as traditional Ukraine, the down under wonderkin Mr. Anju, also alleged lawyer, apparently, knows his way around the law, and he is up against Mr. Oops, who can only be described as basically an advanced version of the randomizer that just churns out random builds at will. And recently he has started taking a liking to rocket soldiers, so very dense rocket composition usually. The map in question is Nomad, a map that you have to play really wide. More of a macro map and an interesting contested battlefield in the middle, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I've just confirmed that we're in game 3, because that tended to be an issue. Both players safeguarding their NG. Kind of a greedy build from Anju already. So, what has happened the past week? I'm back from my in-laws and I'm back at my workstation, so this is gonna be a little bit of an upgrade in terms of space. But at the same rate, I have to keep it down a little. Ooh, medics in the mix this time around for Oops, who has opted for France this time around and opened with one fake power plant. At least no power plant wall. Alright, this is gonna be the double ref, the dreaded and classic double ref versus War Factory start. Is a massive delay for Anju in terms of his army. Ooh, nice attempt. Tried to spearhead for the engineer, but didn't find anything. Here's another scout just waiting on the premises of Anju's base, just chilling there with his rifle. And with this mass rifle pressure, this might actually be enough to push Anju off his oil derrick, considering that Anju does not have any forces whatsoever. Oh, this is so good. This is a tactical pro move. So what what Oops is doing here is, okay, he's decided against it. The flak truck is here now, rip. But those are the perfect counters to flak trucks. Yeah, this flak truck ain't gonna do jack squat. Oh, he's committing. Alright, got it. Trades for the engineer. So this does still favor the double ref player. Reason being that the double ref player now has an army out and he knows that there has been a war factor first, so he can go to town on the oil derricks. So there is no salvaging this situation for Anju. He certainly doesn't have the money to bolster his forces again. Yeah, so this is a dead derrick, but at least he takes an engineer off the field. Slightly negative trade, I'd say. Okay, unless he commits too hard. Oh my goodness, don't tell me this is gonna survive. Some little force fire magic. Nope, it's gonna be a standoff. What an awkward situation right there. Light tank comes in to salvage. Okay. Cleanup duty. There's an engineer from Anji on the top right side. There's nothing to capture here really, it's just the civilian buildings. No objectives, but it's still... Okay, I thought it was waiting for the reinforcements. Light tank, by the way, hasn't been revealed just yet, so this is a pretty good engagement for Oops again. So far he has been doing a phenomenal job at routing the early game aggression, and there should only be... Wow, there's 5 harvesters. Okay. Yeah, eco-scaling with this build is fast and loose. There's no two ways about it. Rocket Soldier trying to angle here, but Oops' micro is really good. If he wants it to be good, let's put it that way. So he's taking out another derrick. 2-0. And civilians going into a frenzy. Little custom-made angry mob. I love those sprites. Love the panicky moves they're doing. Not being sacked, alright. So a bit more frontline fodder remaining. Whoever has crafted this map has really done a nice job with the details here. I love those flares. This is just... Either it's a thermal, it's a spa or something, or a thermal fountain, or it's just... or it's just heavily industrialized post-Soviet hellscape, where everything is on fire and even the rivers can burn down. So there's an MCV out already for Oops, but similar timings. This should be one harvester advantage, right? No, it absolutely isn't. There is a one harvester advantage for Oops. So this, I think it was because the cash was stalling for Anju. He was pressured into going for more vehicles and for more early game assets than he was comfortable committing with. So he is slightly behind now. Not only in terms of the combat, obviously, because he's lost a lot there, but also, yeah, in general. His timings should be a bit earlier because he went War Factory first, but that didn't come to fruition. Let's check the economy tab. Yeah, 7k. That is a 7k discrepancy, and that combat does not play a big factor here. It's the fact that Anju was forced in or pressured into building so many assets when he just didn't have the econ to support it. Because that makes your money stall out real quick. The gap generators here are a nice touch. Oh, whoops. My hotkeys are still not bound. So whenever I'm pressing a hotkey, I'm just activating random shit on my laptop. Bear with me there. Alright, pillboxes to the south. The front lines have been established. There is a little squad. Only 2 rocket soldiers. This shouldn't be enough to kill a harvester if Anju is paying any semblance of attention. He's playing very defensively. He's putting up a Tesla coil here. But he's on 8 harvesters now, so his econ should at least be good. Plus he's got a good read, but the read from Oops is even better. Just sending 2 tanks into an unprotected eco line. Ooh, this is gonna be nasty. No way. He has found the weak soft underbelly. Oh, this is gonna be the harvester migration being cut short. Yikes, this map is starting to look a lot more yellow than purple. Yeah, Anju is fortifying, but this attack ain't gonna happen. This is not where this attack is coming from. Oops, with impeccable gamer sense, just immediately going for the refinery. Brilliant. This is exactly what he needs. Okay, at least Anju manages to salvage the situation somewhat. I would honestly kill the refinery, yeah. There we go. He's splitting up his forces, that's smart. Tanks are hunting after the harvesters. Harvesters grouping up a little bit too much for my liking. Yikes. I mean, that is a massive blow. And this side is fortified so hard. He's running into the Marginal line straight up. He needs a Tesla coil to deal with the pillboxes, and even then he can still be overrun because the second army can close in onto the main base. And some infantry from Anju, getting picked for free. Ah, yes, the Tesla. Beautiful. Just perfect. He's got the other pillbox in range as well. And he's playing it meticulously. Oh, I love what he's doing there. That is just inching forward millimeter by millimeter. The heavy tanks going for some scouting, because their line of sight is actually fairly good. Ooh, repair the tank! Nope. Anju ain't a big fan of repairing. However, the bigger news is on the other side of the map. These harvesters are all gonna fall prey. Oh, what a devastating blow. Only 1 harvester so far. Could have been worse, but in comes round 2. Let's take a head count here. 3 harvesters down, 4 harvesters down, 5 harvesters down. Yeah. 99 harvesters on the wall. 2 down, 2 down. Oh, the Tesla coil is perfectly in range. Can even snipe the ore trucks as soon as they venture out to get those juicy gems. Yeah, this is honestly terrible. This was just brilliant play from Oops, just being so patient and always finding the weak spots. Not overcommitting. Just as soon as Anju had established his base push, he knew it was go time. Anju is now concentrating all of his defensive assets into the middle, the right-hand expansion, but he has failed to deal with the incursion, and he is on 5 harvesters. Plus, Oops still has 2 more oil derricks than he has, so... And this, yeah, Oops can just fortify this to his heart's content. And if there is a flank, it's gonna get scouted here. Really nice scouting rifle as well. That is something that has such a big impact. And Ganon has been very good about doing this last season, and people have really caught on to just sending expendable rifle soldiers somewhere into the corners of the map. Just spotting out army movements. It's so important. There is another wave. That is gonna clash with some Soviet steel there. That is gonna be obliterated in a matter of milliseconds. Oh wow. They're not in range? Ah, line of sight was missing. Unlucky. Alright, it is another little death squad waiting. Alright. Ooh, this is gonna be another ore truck down. The timing, I swear. And this is gonna be a base push. With an advanced power plant, no less. So there is radar tech now on the menu for Oops. It's starting to look very bleak. The artilleries are starting to hammer. Oh, hammer home on the Tesla coils. Yikes. And you got a thorough pummeling there in game number 3. There is no other way of putting it. There is no putting it lightly. This is just a pummeling. Nothing short of brutal. You can send your guys back all you want, but at the end of the day, the artillery is from the back lines, so you have no answer to this. There's also Black Hawks. Black Hawks are waiting. Oh, there's so much line of sight here, plus the pill mill. This is a devastating combo. Oh, again, 2 artilleries with a wall of meat. Man, this can get so many kills. Unless they get Zerg rushed. They're gonna get overwhelmed. But they still traded relatively well. Damn. Hanju is now poised to strike into the main base, into the heart of the enemy. But at the same rate, his base is going down. There is no salvaging this situation. Yeah, this is just gonna be GG and a 2-1 up for Oops anytime now. But we certainly have some more left to go. Alright, that was a brutal game. Boiled down to Anju having to overinvest into early infantry, despite being forced to despite choosing a 1 refinery war factory opener. Yeah, that's just the power of economical scaling. And losing his flak truck for the engineer, definitely not worth it. And then Oops also kind of blind countered him, because medics against the flak truck, yeah, that is GG. Flak truck can't do anything as long as they stay grouped and don't get picked off. Alright, that is a 2-1 up for Oops, and we're gonna be back with game 4.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
And here we are, game number 5. Yeah, let's put that to the support powers tab. That's certainly gonna come into play. Unwinding Woods. Alrighty, let's get into the production tab. This is gonna be Anju again spawning as Ukraine. Is it gonna be France again? Yep, it is France again for Oops indeed. What a coincidence. He's sticking with his guns. No Germany this time around. The one perk that France has is that some of their support powers unlock at tier 0. Or not support powers, but some of their faction specials. You can go for a fake power plant wall. That is kind of something. Alright. So 5 rifles plus an NG here. On this side, on the other side. This is a... Huh? Oh, he went barracks after refinery. That is weird. But it honestly kind of makes sense, because on this map you don't really need to contest too many objectives. There's Derek in the corner, there's Derek in the other corner, and in the middle there's just a hospital. And look, the red alert world has been spared from COVID thus far. So hospitals, not the highest priority. Safety distancing measures don't factor in here, and hospital workers are not deemed essential in the red alert world. It's a cruel universe there. So at least they can get a nice little cash rebate. Ooh. Rifle taking a chunk from that barrel blowing up. That's again rallying him into the middle, just to see whether he can snipe an engineer, an unsuspecting, unwary engineer. And the second one, oh, that's so nice. That is really great. I'm just waiting. Yep, he's trying really hard. But the engineer is already out of sight. Out of sight, out of mind, and no more infantry being built. That's weird. Anju is going double ref, no infantry production. That just means he's going to be floating hard. Yep, now it's 2k. You should start looking into maybe investing into 401k or something, or Roth or Vanguard or whatever those funds are called. You know, the pension retirement funds. Or maybe cryptocurrencies for you, Mr. Anju. Oops, going for a little tactical pause. Ah, okay, there's gotta be specs being kicked, I'd wager. Let's fast forward that. There we go. Didn't miss a beat. Ooh, a Ranger as well. I like the Ranger opener. So he has scouted that he can't really tank with those 5 rifles. Instead opting for an Engineer Hunt. War Factory is churning out, I would say, that must be a flak truck. No, that is just another roll truck. Okay. So that just now means that there's gonna be a little bit of leeway for the Ranger to trade freely. Oh no! Wait. Okay, that was a visual glitch. I only saw 1 rifle, but there was 4 rifles stacked. That's why the damage added up so much. Honestly, I think maybe Oops made the same mistake there, or had the same visual perception failure. I only saw 1 rifle. It's weird. Usually they have to occupy a subcell to actually fire their weapon. Anyway, maybe it was just me. So there's 5 harvesters here and 5 harvesters there. Relatively mirrored. But a loss of the early vehicle is really... just puts the pressure on you. Anju's now... Oops is now going in blind. Again with the rockets. This is just such a perfect counter to the APC. Is Oops anticipating the APC? But it's not really, it's just a scouting APC this time around. Anju isn't doing anything with it anyway. It's just letting it parked. This thing is gonna get towed because it's standing next to the ore mine. Look, sir, this... Look, sir, this belongs to the city. This belongs to the city of fuck out nowhere. So please remove your vehicle from the parking spot or risk being towed. Anytime now. Service depot coming online. That's already a service depot out here for Oops. Second APC, okay. Third APC. You smell what the rock is cooking. This is gonna be a drop of some sort. Last time he tried that, it was not as much of a drop as it was droppings. Just, yeah, that failed hardcore. Oh my lord. It's gonna be the Mars APC strat. Sonny boy, this ain't TD. I don't know what you're looking for, but TD, this ain't. Problem is, tanks are out. Right? I've seen. Yeah, here they are. 2 light tanks, a medium. No, 3 lights, a medium. Both going for early vehicle aggression. Usually, I would honestly say this is favoring the allied player. Soviet players, obviously APCs are beefy, but with someone who has this many rockets in the early game, it usually doesn't bode well. APCs can get, they've got a soft underbelly if you've got anti-armor solutions. Because their health pool, like their armor is high, but the actual health pool isn't. So it's kind of a wonky combination. Oh, APC cannot. Ah, that was a nice attempt. Could have maybe blocked. The timing window was there. At least Angie got one of the derricks over Oops' 0. But I don't like his armor composition, especially not out in the open. APCs have to come in at an opportune angle to crush without being crushed themselves by rockets. Because they're kind of like a hard-shell crab, if you catch my drift. They need... I mean, they're beefy in a way, but they lack the health to actually survive for long. One of the advantages is that they don't leave husks. Oh, he could have a window. He could actually go for the unprotected MCV there. Uh-oh. On the left-hand side, this is gonna be devastating. Losing 1 harvester thus far. Not the end of the world, but not great either. Not great, not terrible. Wait, he doesn't have a defense lined up. Well, that's awkward. This would have been such a good time for him. Yep, and that's where the APCs just falter. Oh, he's pulling all his APCs back, and there is line of sight from this barracks as well. He needs to kill the barracks ASAP. Yep, that gives production radius as well as line of sight. You need to kill that. Stab. Okay, APC's got a really good angle to crash. There is nowhere to dodge. Ooh, perfect! This was a really opportune angle for them, because there was just no space to dodge anywhere. That was great. Why is the flame tower being built on this location? Even the harvester is helping out with tanking. That's cool. That's pretty cool. That was halfway worth it. However, left-hand side, there's round 2. This refinery is badly damaged. The harvesters are not migrating at the moment. He has at least managed to push him out of his expansion, but he is gonna lose chunks of his main base. Sending back the harvester. Good micro thus far. Not lost the harvester just yet. Oh, the light tank. No. Move command. Move command from Anju. A classic Anju move there. Oh, both refineries down. That is devastating. If only he had had Tesla coil. There's a flame tower doing some damage. Oh no. Oh, the APCs are just faltering. This little squad has been so cost efficient. No way, is he gonna get the service depot? Move command from Anju again? Okay, that was on Anju. The move command cost him his army, cost him a service depot. Just an attack move would have cleared this out easily. Would have saved the situation. So with that out of the way, after the dust settles, we are left with a relatively even playing field and both players on one expansion only. Economy-wise, 7 harvesters for... Oops. So he's gonna be outscaling. Ooh, the NG. The NG, there is an opportunity for you, my friend. Plus... NG is pulling back. He is scared of what's lurking in the dark. The NG has made his way into the backline somehow, managing to avoid detection. That is one sneaky NG. He has leveled up his sneak skills to 100. By the way, little tidbit: if you manage to capture a refinery at exactly the time that the harvester docks, the harvester also transitions over to you. Like ownership of the harvester, license plate, and everything just transitions over to you. If you time it perfectly, you get yourself a free harvester. There's not even a notification. Oh, he noticed. Ah, Anju being oblivious. Let's see how good the RNG is. Alright, it's being sent back. Give him the old loop-de-loop. Oh no. That was such a great opportunity, my friend. Yep, back to APCs we are. Back to square one. Service depot has been rebuilt. Harvesters are kind of re-emerging, but here is wave number 3, and that is again gonna be a completely unprotected expansion. Anju, my friend, you could have had this one for free. As it stands, it's not looking good again. He's lost so many assets. Oh, forward radar dome, alright. Oops, it's just displaying asserting some dominance here. And this is a relatively... Yeah, this expansion is not well protected anymore. The entire army is out in the field. He honestly, he didn't use his army offensively. Every time he used his army, it was just trying to react, and yeah, most of the time it wasn't fast enough. Oops, playing the positional game better this time around. It's looking really good for him. Yeah, Anju stalling on cash is on 4 harvesters. Yikes. Combat tab doesn't really matter. He has killed slightly more, but that's not the factor. His economy is in shambles, and that's what matters. 1 less harvester, it's 3/8. I can hear the clock ticking here. I'm sorry, my friend, but you failed to make anything relevant happen. Another harvester dead. Oh, he's going for the Conyard. Yeah, there's nothing to stop him here. Alright, tanks just doing the undeploy trick. That's actually kind of really annoying if your opponent doesn't pay attention. Because as soon as it transforms into a building, the units start auto-acquiring the target, and then you can just redeploy, and the targeting algorithm gets reset. So if your opponent doesn't pay attention, you can stall for a long time. Ooh, this time around the service depot is gonna be safe. Move command again. God damn it, Anshu. What are you doing? My goodness, those refineries also getting dismantled. He is attempting an all-in push, but yeah, starting to look like Oops knows what's up. He can get a war factory though, that's not too bad. If he stalls out war factory production, he at least prevents him from spiraling out of control there. Man, this game. was not a tense game, but an entertaining game. Some really nice micro moves there. Oops. Yeah, Black Hawks in the sky, that usually signals that the allied player is in a good spot. Because there is not a single flak truck out. That is the first harvester that he has killed. It feels like he had a bigger army most of the time, but he didn't make anything happen with it. Oh, the artillery is so well nestled in. This is a massacre. This is... Oh... I don't want to draw any real-world comparisons right now. That would be slightly inappropriate, and by slightly I mean just horrible. But that was a straight-up massacre. No contest. Alright. Black Hawk fleet starting to pick off the rocket soldiers. Perfect. Yep. Oh, V2s, but they're not gonna come into play anymore. What are you doing? The micro not... He's parking them over the entire army. I mean, sure. Not worth it, but entertaining. What? Is he really trying to crash land on that? Like, you know your opponent can move. Your opponent can just move their units. Yeah, I should just die for the V2, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because there's just an absolutely staggering lead for Oops. So he doesn't need to make any miracles happen anymore. Yeah, Angie compacted into his own base. And this time there's no cash in the bank for a demo. There is no tier 3 anywhere in sight. This is going to be the last stand. There is nothing more holding Oops at bay other than this puny army. This is now basically one heavy tank and a couple of rifles. The rifles are being gunned down from the skies. GG. What a match! Yeah, this has been absolutely entertaining to cast. This is a 3-1 up for Oops, so congratulations Oops for taking 3rd spot in RAGL Season 10. Honestly, both of those players, I just gotta commend them. They haven't really, they showed up big time. They haven't really been on my radar, both figuratively and literally, until I played them. And then they wiped me off my radar. Both of them, because honestly, I don't have the time to play anymore, unfortunately. I love the game still, but I don't have the time to commit into it anymore. Now with 2 toddlers, or with a toddler and a baby. Yeah, anyway, that was highly entertaining. And congratulations, Angie, also for making 4th spot. He definitely has been sort of an underdog, because the last couple seasons, he just kept on barely clinging to his master spot. And then this season, he was like, yeah, I'm back from down under. And yeah, that was just overall really entertaining. And with that out of the way, next week, and probably the week after that, depending on how long the replays are gonna go, it's gonna be time for the RAGL Season 10 finals between Goat and Bane. I'm really, really stoked for those. So I hope you are as stoked as I am. Also, by the way, big shout out. One fan sent me another donation, where I think it was around 20 euros. So I'm really, I'm really happy about that, and I'm gonna put it towards OpenRA related projects. And one more thing before we close off today is that I'm working on the patch preview video. It's gonna be released in due time. Just, you know, 7 months late, as those things tend to be. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be back, and also I'm gonna put up a poll. I forgot to do that, but do you guys and girls want the Company of Heroes 2 shoutcasts and the Shattered Paradise shoutcasts back? Because I would just do them as bonus shoutcasts. Right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. 5 Aces out.